Okay, guys, now that you've got your basics finished up, we are now going to work on the two bases, getting those looking like toothpick bridge bases, and we're going to clear up this center span. So what you want to do first is hit the select tool, and we're going to select that middle span and delete it. And we're going to go through to the other side, delete that. And we're going to delete the two lines on the bottom of that span as well. Just click on them till they turn blue and then delete them. Okay, now we're going to use our orbit tool and come around, turn it sideways like this. And what we need now is to go to the line tool, and we need to finish these boxes so we can make support braces later. So just get on one, drag endpoint to endpoint, and that'll put in a plane for both of those. Okay, now we've got something to work with. We'll still need our pencil tool, and we're going to put some, quote, toothpicks on these. So you'll get when you're halfway across, you'll get a blue midpoint marker, and we're going to do that on both sides. Find the midpoint and draw a line from midpoint to midpoint. And then I'm going to go corner to corner, make a diagonal there, and a diagonal there. I'm just going to keep this very simple for this model and do the same pattern on all four sides of each cube. Okay, now I've got that front side done. I use my orbit tool to come around to the side, and I'm going to just do that same pattern. You can do whatever pattern that you like. If you want to give it more support or less support, that's up to you. So one vertical and two diagonals for me on this one. And then I'm going to come around and do the same thing on this face. Find the midpoint, go down to the second midpoint, and then add my two diagonals. And I messed that one up, so I hit Control Z to undo and make sure I'm getting the corner this time. All right, back to the orbit tool. Now I'm going to do this inside face. Back to my line tool, find my blue midpoint, and then my diagonals. Okay, now I can do something interesting. I click my select tool and I can get rid of the three-dimensional faces that make up this support pillar. So anywhere where you see a plane, you can just get rid of it. Just make sure you don't click on any lines. So I'm just going to get rid of all these planes. And you can orbit around and do this too. I've gotten good enough at it where I can just spot where the planes are and get it all from one angle. But feel free, like I said, to orbit and get them all out of there. And we're going to take out that bottom one. So now when I orbit around, it's just a frame of black lines that are going to represent toothpicks on the finished bridge. Okay, next, I'm going to grab this pan tool and just bring this one into better focus. And I'm going to put the same pattern on all four faces of the other side of the bridge. So here I go for the other support pillar. Grab in my line tool, looking for the midpoint, and I'm going to go midpoint to midpoint. And seems like I donked that up, so I'm going to try that again. Okay, good. There's my blue midpoint, and then I'm going to do the diagonals. There we go. There's one. And two. Okay, now I use my orbit tool to go around. Back to line tool. Okay, back to orbit tool. Zoom in a little bit. And back to my line tool, midpoint to midpoint. And then for me, diagonal to diagonal, but again, you can use whatever pattern you want down here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pan a little bit and then use my select tool to delete the planes out of there till it just is sticks. Anytime you see a flat plane in here, you can just delete it. All right, now I'm gonna orbit around the thing and see if there's anything funky looking. It's not symmetrical. See that line there? Somehow I made an extra line in there. So if that happens to you, which it does every once in a while, you just click on it till it turns blue and delete it. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to my orbit tool and make sure everything's working right. Okay, that's looking pretty good for me. Don't notice any other errors. So that ends part 2 of your bridge project. Thanks for watching.